Live. There we go. Okay, good. So it is 228. 228, 2020. Okay, so our objective really is graphing lines. Graphing, I'm going to say linear, because linear means straight, linear equations in slope-intercept form, okay? So what we keep talking about is the word linear means straight, and all these lines we're graphing, they are straight. The only time they're not going to be straight is if we have exponents. The only time they get curvy is if we have exponents. We won't do that. We might not do that at all. We might wait until geometry.
No.
Okay, but we might do some curvy lines in here a little bit. But for the most part, all of our lines pretty much will be straight lines, okay? Now, this point slope formula is, okay, I want you to write this down. Y equals mx plus b. Anybody heard that before? Good. Good. Y equals mx plus b, write that down, okay? That is your slope-intercept form. Now, they call it slope-intercept form because m is slope, right? M is slope. And d is your starting point or your y-intercept, okay? So, now, we know rise over run, slope is going to be rise over run. And I'm going to give you an equation. We will not use this equation for a couple of days, but our equation for slope, write this down neatly. M equals, write this down, it's going to be y2. Now this 2 is not a square. It's a little subscript 2 and it represents the second y. y2 minus y1. I want you to write this down. We won't use this today, but we need to know this. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That is the slope formula. Again, we won't use it today, but we need to know this. This is going to pop up next week, okay? And it's not that hard. Now, these are little numbers. It means the second y, it means the first y, it means the second x, it means the first x. And I'm going to show you an example so it makes sense, okay? As an example, if I have 2 points, point A, which is at a 3, 2, and I have point B, which is at, say, a 7, 10, okay? You could feasibly graph these points and graph this point. There's A and there's B. And we're not going to do this today, but I want you to show you where this comes from. So I have 2 points. I make a line, and that's got some steepness. These 2 points, we can make a line, and this line's got some steepness. This is my first point, right? We're going to do this a bunch next week. So this would be x1. This would be y1. First x, first y. This is my second point. So this would be my x2 and my y2, all right? I just want to show that to you because we will do this next week, okay? So when you see this formula, they're talking about the, you ready? The 10 and the 2, and we're talking about the 7 and the 3. Thumbs up? Okay, we'll talk about this more tomorrow on next week, okay? Now, positive slope, let's just draw a picture. Okay, you guys know how to draw a picture, positive slope. Okay, x, y axis, positive slope, any line that's just going uphill, right? Maybe m equals, maybe 3 over 2, okay? Negative slope, I'm just making numbers up, but I know a negative slope looks like this. Maybe this is m equals negative 1/2. Okay, just making numbers up. The most important thing I want is that if it goes uphill, it's positive. If it goes downhill, it's negative. Zero slope is like cross-country skiing. It just goes a flat line, a zero slope. And then undefined slope, that's like skiing straight down the mountain. That one's undefined, okay? Starting to make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I do what I do. That's why we go through this 2 different ways, sometimes 3 different ways, so eventually we get it. Okay, thumbs up. So here's our slope-intercept form, okay? And they show us the b. I want to show you the b. See the b here in the equation? Do you see the b here in the equation? It represents that point, doesn't it? Whatever number is here, if it's 3, then you put a dot at 3. If it's 5, you put a dot at 5. If it's negative 2, you put a dot at negative 2. Whatever this number here is where you start. Thumbs up? Okay, that's my y-intercept, okay? That's called my y-intercept, okay? How am I doing?
Very good. Better than me.
Good, okay? Turn the page. That's a good thing, actually. Okay, turn the page. Now, okay, now, here we go. So number 1, on the back side, it says, describe the slope. And I'd like to do more than just that. I'd actually like to find the slope and then make the equation. I'm going to do more than that. Let's find the slope and let's make the equation. Because I think we can do this. Okay, so first of all, the slope on number 1. Let's see if I can figure out what the slope is on number 1. Slope on number 1. Let's see. That's going to be m equals. So let's see. It looks like it's up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. You guys see that? Do you see it? Up 2 over 1? So if I go from any point, I'm going up 1, 2 over 1. Up 1, 2 over 1. Up 1, 2 over 1. So I think the slope is up 2 over 1. Thumbs up?
-2.
Well, the negative 2's coming. So I'll pull it that. Okay. So if I'm walking up the stairs. Cass, I'm gonna put you back here. Okay. Okay. We'll figure this out. Okay. So if I'm going up the stairs, no matter where I start on the stairs, thank you. Miss Cass. No matter where I start on the stairs, I'm walking up the stairs. This could be in the basement with me. I'm in the basement, but I still got to walk up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, the cell. The negative 2 is the y-intercept. That's my b, right? So my b is negative 2. So my equation is y equals up 2 over 1x minus 2. That's the equation of this line. Again, I told you that every line has a name. Every line has a name. The name of this line is y equals 2 over 1x minus 2. Okay, that's the name, right? Okay, let's look at number 2. Okay, so first of all, the slope. That one's undefined, right? You guys agree with Max? That one's undefined. So if it's undefined, we will not y equals mx plus b. You don't use because it's undefined. Yesterday we learned that it's going to be an x equal equation. This one's going to be an x equals 3. That's its equation. So if it's an undefined slope, we don't use y equals mx plus b because 2 things. One, it doesn't have a slope, so there's no m. And it doesn't have a y-intercept, does it? So you don't use y equals b, but we know from yesterday it's just y, x equals 3, okay? All right, number 3. So first of all, the slope, it's down, isn't it? So it looks like it's down. Looks like it's down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1, or down 2 over 2, same thing. Or down 3 over 3, same thing. Or down 4 over 4, same thing. But it's easier to say down 1 over 1. Okay. So the slope is negative 1 over 1. You're way ahead of me, and then the y-intercept is 1. So my equation is y equals negative 1 over 1x plus 1. Awesome. Okay. Okay, example 4. Find the slope. Okay, so it's got to be the y. Slope is the y's over the x's. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going, what's the rate here? I'm going down by 8, right? Here I'm going down by, here I'm going down by 8, right? On the x's, I'm going up by 2. I'm going up by 2. I'm going up by 2. Do you guys see that? So even though we don't have a graph, we're going from 11 to 3, we moved down by 8. 3 negative 5 went down by 8. So what I'm doing is for our slope, remember slope, the y's and the x's, I'm going down 8 over 2. I'm going down 8 over 2. So my slope of this is going to be m equals down 8 over 2, or if I reduce it, negative 4 over 1. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Okay, so this one, I'm going up or down how much? For the y's, I'm going up by, no changes here, 0, right? 0, 0. But the x's, I'm going up by how much on the x's? So my slope is, again, it's the y's over the x's. So it's going to be 0 over 1, which is a 0 slope. Okay. 6. Okay, I can do this. I need a piece of graph paper, but I can just use my journal to do this. Okay. Okay, 6 is going to be easy. All right. So on 6, I'm going to do this super fast because you guys know. So tell me, you know this. If I'm going to graph number 6, where's my starting point? Where's my starting point?
2.
And then after I put a dot at 2, then what am I going to do?
Negative 3 over.
It's that easy. It's that easy. That'd be fun. So, ready?
In between the rock.
So, I'm going to start at, guys, I'm going to start at 2, right? I'm going to go down 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4. It's that easy. Thumbs up. I want to make sure everybody can do this. Thumbs up. I want to see it. I want to see it. I just started 2 right there, and I went down 3 over 4, okay? Now, what about 7? 7 looks a little trickier. There's some invisible numbers. There's 2 invisible numbers. I want to put the invisible numbers on. So the first invisible number is a plus 0. You okay with that invisible number?
Yeah.
And there's a second invisible number, and that's 5 over 1. Do you see my invisible numbers? So once I put my invisible numbers back in, then graphing this isn't too bad. So I'm going to start at 0. Yes. Start at 0. And then I'm going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. And I'm going to graph my line. All right, now, 8. Almost done. 8's really important. There are 2 ways to do 8 and get the same answer. One is the cover-up method, which is what we did yesterday. The other is to solve for y and get your slope and your intercept. Now, I'm going to do it the hard way, and you guys are going to do it the easy way because you're smart. So the hard way is to solve for y, okay? So I'm going to bring over this minus 6x, minus 6x. Watch. Okay? Then I'm going to have a 4y equals 24 minus 6x. Okay? Watch. Then I'm going to divide by 4. Come on, divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4. I get a y equals 6 minus, if I reduce this, 3 over 2x. So, I would start at 6 and then go down 3 over 2. Start at 6, down 3 over 2, okay? Or I could do the cover-up method. What's the y-intercept?
6.
What's the x-intercept?
4.
Which is easier for you?
That one.
You guys agree with cover-up method?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so we will do this, by the way. But if there's an easier way to do it, why not just do it the easier way, right? So if I do the cover-up method, we're going to get, and I'll slide my paper up. We've got I'm going to rewrite this real quickly, and I'm almost done. I had a 6x plus 4y equals 24. Cover up, y equals 6. Cover up, x equals 4. And I want to make a big point here in a second. Almost done. Okay. And my graph would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'm going to be done in 30 seconds, but all eyes up here. Check it out. Here's my other answer, where you start at 6. And then you go down 3 over 2. It's the same line, isn't it?
Yes.
It is. And it has to be the same line. The same equation. What do you think is easier? Probably the cover-up method, right? So if it's in standard form, cover-up method's easier. You guys agree?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we do have work to do, and I want you working, not goofing off. I understand it's Friday. I understand you're freshmen and it is Friday, but I still reserve the right to take your time away from you if you're not going to behave.